Hey everybody, it's Jerry Citarella again with my monthly moment for May 2025. Standing in front of my Jerry Citarella Presents sign. So I don't know if I've ever said this, I probably have. Go to YouTube, look up Jerry Citarella Presents. It's a whole different project. I have my AI avatar that I talk to and stuff and do some educational things related to business and other. But you know what? Jerry Citarella Presents on YouTube. Go there, like, subscribe, and check it out. So it is May 2025 and it's the end of the month. I kind of waited to see if anything exciting or interesting was going to happen. And this is going to be a short video. We've had some reports at the end of April. We've had some reports through this month, jobs, GDP, inflation. Things were better, I think, than a lot of people expected, and the markets have actually reacted pretty well to it. So as you know, we made some good moves. April 7th was the bottom of the market, the worst day. We got more aggressive on that day and had a nice run up after getting more conservative in February. We've already discussed all this. So the moves we made to the portfolios have worked out really, really well for you. And everybody, I think without exception in all portfolios are positive for the year. One of the moderate type portfolios I looked at today was up almost 3% for the year. So I know there's some misconceptions, but we're actually doing okay. So looking forward, more importantly, looking forward. The inflation number that we got recently was the best we've had in a couple years. The jobs report was reasonable. The GDP, which is basically a guide of our economy for the first quarter, wasn't as bad as expected. I'm not going to say it was good, but it wasn't as bad as expected. And because of that, we built in a little bit of stability. Obviously, with the tariffs, things have calmed down a little bit. There's still some question marks there. We'll get to those. But ultimately, my belief is that the Federal Reserve, Fed Chair Powell, in the next couple of meetings, will probably start hinting at lowering the rates soon because he gave some numbers, he gave some parameters, and I think we're starting to reach those. I know he's trying to be conservative and not do anything too soon, but I have a hunch we're going to start hearing more definite discussions about rate reductions in the prime rate, the interest rate, which I think will be positive for the markets or at least keep it stable. So that's where we are now. We had a decent beginning of the year, had a little bit down. We had the big dip after the tariff stuff. We had the big recovery after that. The markets are back to even at the beginning of the year. As you're watching this, your portfolio, if we manage it, is probably ahead of where we started at the end of the year. Again, because of the moves we made and the proper allocations. So overall, decent year so far. I think we're a bit more optimistic about this year than we were at the beginning of the year, the way some things are going. Biggest concerns right now, again, are interest rates, more stability, tariffs with China after things calm down. So we're good. If you have any questions, give me a call. But really, this is not my place, but I just want to talk a little bit about what's real and what's not. I've had a couple people say things to me recently about what's going on as it relates to some political stuff. And my gosh, they were so wrong about what they said. And it took me, 5-10 minutes worth of research to discover that. And I know there's a lot of talk about this. There's all the fake news and the disinformation and misinformation and politics and everybody's polarized. I get all that, so I'm not going to dive into it. But there was something I heard about Canadian citizens and what they have to do to be able to stay here. And someone said, oh, a bunch of them are moving, selling their houses, the snowbirds. And it ends up, what I heard was not even close to the truth. All they have to do is basically notify our country if they're staying more than 30 days, which they didn't have to do before. I think that's reasonable. And then a lot of stuff about Medicaid and they're taking away from Medicaid. And in reality, that's not the case either. So I'm not gonna go into the details. I just wanna remind everybody that there's a lot out there and there's a lot of overreactions. Unfortunately, people overreacted this year and a lot of people got hurt. We were able to take advantage of some of those overreactions, or at least what the markets did because of them, and we benefited because of them. But I don't want anybody to get hurt based on information that's incorrect. So I know everybody's on social media. I know everybody watches the news. If there's something you hear that's really bad, just verify. Get on ChatGPT, ask a bunch of details, find the actual document. Don't listen to what the news tells you is in the bill that's trying to be passed. Read it or read a summary of it. I think it'll be worthwhile to you if you care. If you don't care, don't read it. But if you're going to act emotionally or your investments are going to act or whatever else is going on in your life, you're free to do what you want to do. But I just urge you to really do a little bit of research. It's not that hard to find out with the resources that are available, and you'll have a better day because of it. And at least you'll be more well-informed, both in terms of what you do on a daily basis and what you're concerned about with your investments and the things we do together. So that's it. I'm not going to get any more political than that. And this isn't political. This is just reminding everybody, do a little bit of homework if you hear something, because what you're hearing may not be the reality. And sometimes the reality isn't nearly as bad. So again, Jerry Citarella Presents, if you want to check that out on YouTube. Happy to talk to anybody who has any questions. I will see you all soon, I'm sure, or at least talk to you. And summer's here. Have a great summer. I think summer is almost here. Coming soon. Either way, glad to have this opportunity to speak to you, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.